Triple Nickel.
Welcome back to the WatchTower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the TOWERCAST network by cinema lovers, for cinema lovers. We're back.
We are!
Welcome back.
Sorry for not being here last week.
Sorry for not being here last week. You need a third one? Here's your third one.
There you go. It just feels real.
All right, Mr. Triple Nipple. The reason there's a triple nipple.
Merry
Had a little laugh.
Merry holidays. We're continuing our Christmas series.
holiday.
Holiday. What are you, Starbucks? Leave me alone.
Dude, what the hell, man?
Hey, would this also be considered a Hanukkah film?
Yes,
what I'm
absolutely.
saying.
Yeah, it is a holiday film. Sure. We're continuing our holiday film series. And before we get into the film, let me introduce my fellow co-host, Mr. John Ericasso,
How you guys doing?
Mr. Michael Lalo.
How you doing?
Oh,
Oh,
with the Brooklyn accent. How you doing?
where's the gabagool?
You want to be
Boppity
better?
boo. You want
Where's the
some-
gabagool?
Oh,
There's
God.
no...
There's no...
That's a Jersey thing. Mr. Austin Young.
How you doing?
Oh, he used tongue and everything.
Damn.
Hey, well, that's what they say about Austin. Always use his tongue. I read the Yelp review.
His Uber review?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm your humble film servant, Carlos de la Torre. We're back talking about
how you
another
doing
film.
for us?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
You
Who
brought up
picked this
at the-
one?
It was like
Yeah,
a collective
look at
It was
pick.
so random. I was like,
I'm ready to
I
beat
watch it.
somebody's ass over this movie.
We might still do it. I don't know what we're doing next week.
We.
Right? I don't know.
Next week is
Sound-
We originally... The what?
We.
We're
know.
gonna do the Santa Claus. A Christmas favorite. The
classic,
holiday.
yeah.
We decided to be more inclusive now. What really happened was something popped up on my feed about 8 Crazy Nights, and I was like,
check this out.
why are we doing this movie? Like, why haven't we talked about it? And then I sent it in the group, and Austin, who was gonna pick the Santa Claus, was like, yeah, I'm down to swap it, because, like, yeah, I haven't seen it in a while and all this stuff. So, like, I also think it's a good choice because it's unconventional.
Yeah.
Nobody knows this Christmas holiday film because nobody cared. Bombed, for one. It was a pretty terrible bomb back in the day. And it's nostalgic for me. It's got hilarious, literally laugh out loud moments. And were you just thinking about the film?
Yeah.
How'd it
I had
go?
to laugh out loud.
We're talking about Seth Kearsley's 8 Crazy
8
Nights.
Crazy Nights.
There's 4 writers attached to this.
Wasn't it only Adam Sandler?
No, there's Brooks Arthur,
Brooks Arthur.
who, you know the guy doing the huh, huh, you know?
Yeah.
He's modeled after that guy.
Really?
That guy's modeled after the writer, Brooks Arthur.
Wow.
Alan Covert, you know Alan Covert from Adam Sandler movies. Alan Covert is Grandma's Boy, the
Oh,
lead in
yeah,
Grandma's
dude.
Boy.
Cult
He's
classic.
Sandler's guy. You haven't seen
Yeah.
it. He
Grandma's
hasn't seen,
Boy,
he hasn't
dude?
seen Grandma's Boy, dude.
Dude, underrated film. for
Yeah,
sure.
I
Really?
agree. I agree.
wouldn't
But
know.
you've seen him in like Big Daddy as one of the gay guys.
Never.
You know, he's one of the gay dudes that like they make out with each other and
Didn't
stuff.
watch
The
it. Yeah.
lawyers. But he's in every Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like
quite
which one.
literally every Adam Sandler film. He's the dude in Just Go With It. You know, the bass player with the
Oh,
goatee.
yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
he's got white hair and Grown Ups. He's like a teacher or something. He's got like a ponytail. He's funny. He's one of the writers. Some guy named Brad Isaacs and Mr. Adam Sandler. So
Adam
those were the
Sandler
4
himself.
writers of the film. I think it was Delal's first time screening it.
Oh, yeah. Always is.
Austin. Why?
Because you brought it up.
That's the only reason?
Yeah.
Wow.
You just desired to see it for the podcast?
Why didn't you pick like
Hey,
A Christmas Story or...
Or because that's what I was
that's my turn.
Oh, that's going to be the
Stop
next week?
stealing other people's films.
It's going to be the actual Christmas film.
Oh, okay. I was going to be like, that's like...
Hey,
standard.
Austin. Well, I'll ask right now.
Did you take a chocolate?
No, I didn't think so.
Hey, what happened, bro?
No.
That beanie
No,
too
it's
big
because I
for you?
had an idea, but it's not the right time to bring it up. I'll bring it up at the appropriate
You see
time.
how he smiled after he said that? He's like,
No.
Yeah.
Austin, just any merit that you saw in this film that you were like, well, I want to do it, or
Well, it's like you don't see very many.
People talking.
raunchy Christmas movies.
Yeah. I swear I thought it was rated R. And then when we were watching, I was
It's
like,
PG,
oh, no,
right? 13?
PG-13.
I would put it at 13.
But when I was a kid, I thought it was rated R.
It felt rated R.
Yeah.
It felt naughty to know this film, right? A little bit.
You think that's why it bombed?
Because
Because it was kind of like
That's
for
usually
kids,
why-
but then, you know, those
No,
strokes
I
were a
think
little
it's
bit
the
too-
contrary. I think they were marketing it as this adult. This was the time of like Team America and like all these films
2002.
were like kind of bubbling up that were adult and they made money.
Like adult animation
Yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those, but like Family Guy was obviously very big at the time, and like,
Yeah,
you know,
really when
it's
it
kind of
started.
like,
After a second cancellation for sure.
yeah, yeah. I think it's been canceled more times. It's catching up to Futurama. Eight Crazy Nights is about a guy named Davy Stone who hates the holidays and hates his community in general because he grew up parentless, and it was
spoilers.
Yeah, bro.
You had to have seen the film, okay?
Yeah, but you didn't tell people at the top of the episode, make sure you watch the film before coming here. Spoiler alert.
Do we really need to tell people to watch the film?
Yeah.
What, 22 years
For all
ago?
the 4 viewers that are looking at me being like, I just got spoiled.
Costa put it hit on the film is 22 years old.
Yeah, man.
Just go see it.
Older than your beanie, bro.
So, yeah, you know, and he's bitter about Christmas, specifically in the holidays and stuff like that. And it's a very much, you know, we talked about the Grinch last episode, and it's very much in that vein. A guy who hates Christmas, and it kind of turns it. But it's Hanukkah. It is very Jewish oriented. If you don't know, Adam Sandler is a Jew, very proud Jew, and
Proud Jew.
proud Jew. And it revolves around kind of the 8 days of Hanukkah, which is why it's called 8 Crazy Nights. Austin, who do you want to go first on the ratings?
Then I'll go.
Okay, so I'm glad you picked me first because I have a request.
Della go.
Request?
Della go? Oh!
Della go.
Um,
Or Della no.
Shout out to Javier.
No, wait. Before we get started, didn't you have something to bring up, Carlos, or is that later?
Yeah, is it a time?
Oh, I can bring it up. You want me to bring it up now?
Yeah, bring it up now before I bring up my rating.
First allow interruption. When you start keeping a tally, man, I'm sorry, buddy.
It's a drinking game.
It is drinking.
Anybody want to play a drinking game? Listen to our podcast, and every time I'm about to make any point, take a shot if these guys interrupt me. It doesn't matter who, and it doesn't matter how many times. You'll be dead by the end of the night.
That
Yeah.
guy, he means Carlos.
No, it's everybody. I rewatched episodes, and it's all of us.
Guilty.
So
Guilty.
this podcast
This
is
podcast.
guilty
Yeah.
of something
Of a
which I
technical foul?
love. My wife, my lovely wife, Sandra, who you may or may not know.
Oh, okay.
She said something to me yesterday that I thought was amazing. I don't know what we were doing. I was here doing something, and she was watching movies or something, and we were talking in the morning, and she's like, "I hate you." I was like, "Why?" She's like, "Because." She's like, "I was watching a movie, and I watched 2 terrible movies, and midway through, I was like, this is a terrible movie." So that never happens to me. I enjoy it. I was like, what was the movie? She's like, it was stupid. So why was it stupid? It was cheesy, and it didn't make sense. The storyline, this and this. I was like, okay, good. I've done my part.
Yeah.
Great.
I've ruined another bad film thing.
What movies were?
She didn't say. She said one of them was. The way she described it, it
Yeah,
sounded like
like
a Hallmark film, man. Like I don't know
Like
what
a
it
guy
was.
Ritchie filmed some shit.
No,
Wow.
it was. I don't even think she knew the names of them, but she was. I'd never seen them before, and they were horrible. And I was like, well, now you see how I live my life and why I can't watch anything. It's a curse.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. So I just thought that was great. You know.
I like Lifetime movies. Dude.
Do you really? No. Hey, Austin likes shitty Netflix movies. You know.
I do.
So.
The shitty Netflix rom-coms, like The Kissing Booth and To All the
That was
Boys I've
pretty
Loved
good.
Before.
What'd you call the one that you just saw? The one with Julia Roberts too.
Oh, the Leave the World Behind. It was good,
But it's not.
but it's not great. It could have been better.
But yeah, I
That's
love,
my type of film.
I love those like
the mystery of it.
I love the really crappy Netflix rom-coms. Like,
Yeah. But
Last
I just thought it
Christmas
was.
good though.
Oh no! Why do you know how?
Tell me like one bad thing about
It's
the film.
terrible. It's cheesy as
Give me
fuck.
one
The
moment. You
dialogue
can't
is
just say
horrible.
it's bad.
The dialogue is horrible. Number one, the dialogue
which
is
one?
terrible. Last
Last
Christmas. The one I was just telling you.
Last Christmas.
It's
I
terrible.
gave you
It's
my
based
heart.
on George Michael music. Who cares?
Gave you my heart.
No,
George Michael
and you don't
sucks,
think
bro.
that's so cheesy and on the nose? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
it was
man.
bad.
Yeah, man.
I vowed to like, okay, maybe I need to step away from it. I haven't seen it since it came out like 3 years ago. 4 years, 5 years ago. Jesus, it came out in 2019.
19, yeah.
Great movie.
And I was like, maybe I need to rewatch it. I get it pisses me off every time I think about.
You know
that
what's
film.
funny? I've never seen the film. I just remember how pissed off you were, and when the song came on. Just
Serious?
Just
Oh my gosh! Thank God.
That's why I can't bring up any moments from the film. I was just like, what about the heart thing? And then you're like, yeah, because you said
That's
it.
schmott.
Well, you
That's
see,
schmott.
that's what the film is about. You've never seen the film, and you yes the heart thing. That's all. It's fucking stupid. It's stupid in the brain.
I agree with him.
I don't like
If you get,
You lost my mic? Yeah, because that film pissed me off. That's all. I was about.
Not yet. The film's still pissing you off.
I was
There you go.
I was about to start taking DP applications because this was
Yeah,
not.
dude.
I
on
like
the spot.
literally. I don't know anything about the film other than how much that after you saw it, you were like, "Guys, I watched the worst film in the world. Everybody needs to know." And then I was just
Terrible.
like, yeah.
Terrible. I don't know. I mean, I might give it another shot just because it's Christmas, but it's horrible, man. I couldn't stand it. And they're good actors.
I mean,
The actors, the guys from Crazy Rich Asians. I think he just did a James Bond film too. Henry something.
Cavill,
No, not Cavill. Henry something. But
Cavill.
him and then Rachel.
McAdams,
Not McAdams.
God
No,
damn,
that's
bro.
it.
Dinklage.
She's from Games of Thrones, which. Dinklage.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Rachel Dinklage? Anyways, we're talking about 8 Crazy Nights.
Adam
You're going to
Sandler.
give your rating.
Yeah, but I have a request out of everybody here.
What's
so
the request?
before, like, either at the
Actually, I want Costa to go first.
thank you, sir.
This is an interruption. This is
First
the
of
first,
all-
the second interruption.
Okay, yeah. No, what you got to do is that either before or after you give your rating, you got to give your best Whitey impression.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Okay.
And if you want to be as bold as possible, you could give your rating with the impression.
Well, my rating. I don't know. I don't know.
It's a technical foul.
There you go.
It's a technical foul.
All right, Whitey, tell us.
Honestly, I didn't know how to go about this film.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at my impressions.
Yeah, I still think your best one is the Star Wars guy. I always forget his name.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember his name. Do you remember the Star Wars guy? The one who was like, "Oh, I don't accept your credits here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
From the newer one.
won't work on
Phantom
me."
Menace,
That guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what his name is.
I don't think nobody cares about his name particularly.
But that's a damn good impression, though.
It is a good impression. I just
good
don't think
impression,
anybody
but you
cares
will
about
like
that
it.
character.
Damn good
You
impression,
know,
my
for the
dude.
Why do you
four
like the
people-
NPC characters of movies? What is it with you?
Whitey's not an NPC character.
no, but that guy. the
Oh
Star
yeah,
Wars guy.
I like all the background people.
No,
for
you're
some
not.
reason.
You don't. Yeah, you like the NPC
It's
characters.
Watto.
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 They actually do say his name.
a specific stereotype of American, you know.
I do Whitey doing an impression of that guy.
Because Sandler did it in the film.
Yeah, that's a whole other level.
You know what?
bro.
That takes a. I have to.
Because it's a technical foul.
I you know,
technical
we
foul.
were talking about that. That it's super impressive the
Yeah.
brief moment that Sandler was mocking his own character.
Yeah.
I've seen that in The Simpsons with what's his name? Hank. He does a pool.
Oh
Chick
yeah,
Wago.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
He
Azaria.
He said that the
Azaria.
hardest part, I think I've mentioned this in the podcast, is doing an impression of somebody doing an impression of somebody.
Yeah,
Like
I was,
Trump doing.
exactly. So I'm just like in my brain thinking like,
Sandler, man.
"Hi, dude."
This was Adam Sandler's Dr. Dolittle or Nutty Professor. You know, like
What are the good home runs? Because we've seen the one where he plays.
what are the good home runs?
Yeah, because he's done this a lot, like playing 2 or 3 characters.
Sandler?
Yeah.
When? Well, I mean, he did the Jack and Jill.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah, Dunkachino haunts my dreams. I
Dunkachino.
can't.
Catchy, but yeah.
I can't. I mean, I'll put.
Never
Cheat
show
me,
this
though.
tape to anybody.
I will never show my children
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
You know what you should
I will
do?
show them Godfather
No,
2
no,
and
you know what?
Scarface.
You know
I
what?
will never show
That's a
them
mission.
Dunkachino.
If Carlos ever has kids,
Oh,
we
dear.
need to show them the Dunkachino scene
Yeah, dude,
when they're
immediately.
really young and multiple times. So that way when they get older and Carlos is like, okay, it's time to introduce you to cinema. Oh, it's the Dunkachino
Oh,
guy.
Oh, I imagine.
Wait. How are you gonna be if like your kids when they're like 7, 8, they're playing Fortnite, and then you show them a movie and they're gonna be like, oh my god, it's the guy from Fortnite.
We have to be prepared for that in this generation. I think I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna die a little inside, but
That's
short
why I'm
of
saying
that-
I'm gonna like
He's gonna
secretly
go.
be like,
He's gonna go off.
Dunkachino. I can't.
yeah, like, hey kid, watch this.
But I love his. By the way, the only thing that saves that whole sequence is him, the playback, and he's like, "Burn this,
Yeah.
Yeah, never.
burn it."
I've already shown it to my wife.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. He said, where else has he done this?
That's because I've heard all of his CDs. Have you heard his
Oh, a lot of his characters
CDs? Yeah, he
are
does, like,
based
the
on the
Gold,
CDs.
And
Yeah.
he does like
No,
Little
but what I
Kid.
mean is I thought you meant like him doing multiple characters, like in one
Yeah,
film.
that's because I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. Like I've heard his like I don't know if you heard the Respect where he does like all the voices to like all the bartenders and then the
Oh,
little
I don't know. I
kid.
haven't seen that one.
So yeah, I'm just used to him doing a lot of like voices
Yeah,
and live.
Yeah, well, we covered funny people on this podcast, and literally the opening scene of the film is him doing an impression of an old lady. That sounds a lot like Eleanor.
I'm trying to remember the name for that CD. It's called What the Hell Happened to Me. That's a good CD from Adam Sandler.
By the way, his new special, which isn't all that new anymore, but 100% fresh.
Netflix.
Pretty fucking good.
I like the song.
Like he can, the Farley thing.
Talking about songs.
Yeah. By the way, 8 Crazy Nights is based on the Hanukkah song to a certain extent.
Oh, I can see
The
that.
Hanukkah song, you know, his famous the Hanukkah song thing from
And he played with
SNL.
it a lot in SNL too in those little weekend updates.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, Della.
Della.
No.
Honestly, as a holiday film,
We're gonna give 2 ratings.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
Stay in character.
No, don't encourage him, because then we'll get fucking Wolfman again. And
what's your rating?
what's your rating?
Is that your impression? You have 2 minutes to
Dude,
work
people are
on
gonna.
that.
We're gonna go see the Google Analytics or the YouTube Analytics later.
It drops
and like
off
it
the
drops
second I
off the
start.
minute. No, the minute we start doing this impression.
Come on, guys.
Go on. Yeah. Rating.
Yeah, dude, that beanie just keeps getting bigger.
It's gonna be like the scene in Scary Movie where the cop hat just every time we cut.
3 more beanies on top.
You know what I gotta do is I gotta like one day just get like a balloon and inflate it underneath,
Yeah.
and then just
Every
like
time,
one
every
day
time.
like, what are you guys looking
And
at?
it just magically he has dreads all of a sudden. I don't.
I know.
Bob Marley style.
As a film for Christmas holidays,
That's how we're gonna. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta do both.
it gets an 8
Oh
Wow.
because it really is
I
like.
saw you laughing a couple times.
Yeah, I was laughing,
Yeah,
but not only
had
that,
a couple
like,
laugh out loud moments.
One thing I've seen with like holiday films, and there's a guy, Wheezy Waiter. Did I talk about him last time?
You talked about his podcast.
That he was watching different like holiday
Unconventional
movies,
holiday
with his
movies.
wife, and their whole goal was just to basically for fun, like find something good that like is a new classic to add on. And
I'm surprised you didn't talk about this one, or they did.
I think they did.
Oh, okay.
But, like they rated a few of them, but it's always like hard to find something that's original because you'll find a lot of holiday stories. It's always like, oh no, how am I gonna get my kid the gift for Christmas? Or like, oh no, Santa's dead. Like it's very Yeah.
Sounds like my
Oh,
family.
because of the
Santa Claus, yeah. No, but like it's always something very like, on the nose, and of course they're gonna save Christmas at the end, and of course there's gonna be this big fuzzy moment, like the Grinch moment where it's kinda like, oh, the mean guy turned into a nice guy.
Yeah, that's a Christmas staple,
Yeah,
right? That
it's
moment.
a
And then
staple.
what did you call it? The save the cat moment?
Oh yeah, but I'll talk about that because that's a pretty interesting conversation.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, how do you play something original in a holiday film?
Exactly.
And I felt that this one was very original. It had original in its character base, but also original in the way that it wanted to tackle certain things. I love how on the nose it was with like certain jokes, like when he's going through the store and like rhyming everything, and then they're like,
Was that?
That was weird, huh?
That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But like I thought all those were really funny. There's moments I don't think you could do today, like the whole like joking around about seizures. Like I don't think that's gonna
there's
be.
quite a few that
Yeah,
you
it's
probably
kind of
can't
like,
get away with now.
okay, we're not gonna do that anymore. But for originality, I'll give it an 8. I feel like, and then also it's kind of fun that they tackled like multiple holidays where even though it's like a little more centered around Hanukkah, like it's also not taking itself too seriously.
Right,
where it's like,
right.
wait a minute, you're not Jewish. And it's like,
Yeah, but I like the holidays.
Excuse me. Yeah.
So.
It's getting better.
Yeah, it's refining itself.
Yeah.
By the end of this, you won't know the difference.
I'm gonna see white hair growing out of
I
it.
know. I also like that when he's in high school, he still has white hair. Like,
The whole,
Put him
when he was a
on that,
baby.
Yeah.
The white eyebrows when he's a baby in the photograph. It's great.
Oh god. But as a film, oh damn.
You got Adam Sandler fans here. So. Full.
Oh my god. Do we have to rate it as a film?
I mean,
Go for it.
It's not. I mean, we all get that it's not.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
But you can't go below 5. Neither.
I got 5 on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
it's 5. It's a 5 as a film. It's not bad, so it can't go
Yep.
below a 5.
Right.
But how can you give a film a 5, but you would still like kind of show it to your kids, right?
Because it's a good holiday
So
film.
how can you give it a 5?
Because a holiday film, it helps to embody the spirit you're trying to have this time of year, but it's not like something like I'm not gonna like review this like we talked about last time. I'm not gonna review this and this be on like the list of like, oh, you could really learn from this. And that's what we've been talking about when we give ratings. Like, oh, with like films I'm rating 9s and 10s, I'll rewatch completely because I feel like those are master classes in how to do excellent storytelling. But like for things like this, I'm like, well, you know, I'll watch it if I just want like a cheap laugh, but I'm not gonna take notes. I'm not gonna take it seriously. Like, I have this whole thing that I've been trying out where like when I have get-togethers at my house and all that. Have you heard of party films? I think I've mentioned it one time, but it's a whole thing where you put on something in the background that's kind of familiar, just looks pretty. You can turn off the audio and it's just pretty visuals in the background for people who just need to kind of space out to something while you're at a party. This is like a party film. I can see myself throwing this on in the background. It's just like, you know, it's just there. It's playing. You're having like a Christmas party, whatever. And then, you know, it just kind of goes. But I'm not going to take this film like seriously. So, yeah. 5 for cinema.
But at least an 8 for the holidays.
Goddamn. What happened there?
You know, a stroke.
A seizure like the character.
Don't worry, kids.
This will pass.
This will away.
Okay. Who wants to do their Whitey impression next, Austin?
We already did it.
No,
Oh, the
everybody.
Austin has to do it.
No, like the next. Just go that way.
Oh, it's like this.
Yeah.
Just go that way.
He didn't say that before, so we didn't know. So now we know.
No, we're gonna go and go. No, that was terrible.
Yeah, you have a minute to work on it. Okay. You have to run.
That was just bad.
Okay, so
You're like the guy from TikTok, the one that's like, "What's up, my boy?" The like white dude. Then the black guy just like runs away laughing. What's up, my boy?
Yeah, I gotta go.
so you have to do both. I hope you're ready.
Okay.
The people are waiting.
Listen, I have a nostalgic place in my heart for this film. I saw it when I was a kid, literally.
Yeah, me too.
And it's you know, we grew up on Sandler and like we're big Sandler fans, big comedy fans. Like I say we because like I mean all of us are to a certain extent, but like
Except for this
I feel
guy.
like every
like my favorite one's The Waterboy. Like I gotta watch that at least once.
Get out of
but
here.
I do feel
That's
like
not a
every
bad one.
generation, even the younger generation, has gotten some version of Adam Sandler. And like ours, there's even a generation before us that experienced like SNL Sandler and experience. You know, like we didn't really get that. We got like Waterboy. For me, it was Big Daddy. That like is my favorite Sandler film. So like it was in that era where like the early 2000s were Sandler.
Yeah.
Fucking Sandler mania.
Around 2006 is when he started doing those weird ones.
What do you mean
Maybe
the weird
after
ones?
that. Maybe even later
Well,
than
okay,
that.
Bedtime
2007
stories.
was Reign Over Me. So I
So
can't,
yeah, after Reign
But he
Over
started
Me.
doing like what was the one blended?
Yeah, I actually like Blended.
You like Murder Mystery? You like that?
I don't like Murder Mystery, but Blended is like
Grown Ups. I didn't
guilty
like
pleasure.
those.
But those are like again the next
the
generation.
next generation of Sandler.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
which is
he's staying relevant, man. Like I think what ended up happening too is Sandler went through that period because when he did The Ridiculous Seven,
he said that if you just no.
it was after I know where you're going.
Yeah.
The Ridiculous Seven is a spoof on the
Magnificent.
The Magnificent Seven
Was it that
or
one?
the Ridiculous Six. I think it's Ridiculous.
Before you say, was it that one or was it the Halloween hubby?
Hubie Halloween.
Halloween. No, that was
It was
recently.
Ridiculous
Oh,
Six.
okay,
I think
okay.
it was called the Ridiculous Six. It's a western. It's a spoof on the
do you say
Magnificent
about it?
Seven.
Talk about
He made
power.
it, and it was
Talk about power.
horrible.
Yeah, I watched it.
terrible.
But he
And
said it on
no,
purpose.
legitimately, I think no. It was
said
after
he did
this.
it on-
This is what
oh,
happened.
okay,
This is
so
what
that's what I'm
happened.
asking, yeah.
This is what happened. And I think I seriously think like critics panned it badly. Like it got a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It was horrible.
It's bad.
And this is what happened. It was this. He did Uncut Gems.
There we go.
Everybody was like, "This is a fucking amazing performance. He's gonna get nominated for an Oscar." He didn't.
Didn't he
got
say?
snubbed.
Oh,
Yeah.
he said if I don't get nominated or if I don't win, I'm gonna do the
He
worst.
did get the nod.
No,
I don't
no.
think he got the nod.
No, he said that if I didn't get the
If
nod,
I don't get the
The
nomination,
nod. Oh, okay.
if I don't get the nomination for the Academy, I'm going to make the worst film ever. Like I'm going like.
You guys as filmmakers, what do you think about that? Like, is that like, yo,
But
you're
is that
overusing your
a-
power, or is that like kind of like,
It is a little bit,
it's
right?
like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
When
I also
Netflix
think-
gives you a 10-picture deal and you can do whatever the fuck you want,
but I mean,
it's not-
tarnishing your legacy
I know,
with just
yeah,
saying
but
stuff
that's
like
that,
that.
but
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But
Like,
also, like, I think that's part of the criticism, right? It's part of the jab. Is like, you guys don't give a shit, anyways. I'm gonna fuck with you guys. You know, his legacy. Think about it. His legacy has already been tarnished. I also think Sandler shoots himself in the foot. Sandler has this thing where he didn't do this before. I don't think he did anyways. He's got this like director without being a director syndrome, where he steps in, he does rewrites. He's that actor.
You think
yeah,
he does
he is. Yeah, you see it everywhere, dude.
Or you going
Like,
like
do you think he like tweaks it for
yeah,
himself?
like you think he's
Yes.
going like
Oh, absolutely.
past improv? Like he's like, you know
Yes.
what? No.
Yes. Even in the writing stages, though. In the writing stages, he's like, okay. Most of Sandler's
You
scripts
think?
has a writing credit for him.
For me, I don't see like Adam Sandler being like a type of writer like that.
No, but he not in the good way. That's my point. Is I think what Sandler thinks is funny is dated, and the rewrites are Sandler-esque, and you know when it's Sandler. Like let me relate it back to this film.
Yeah.
This film, the writer, one of the writers who also directed it, said he regrets making this film. He regrets the legacy of this film. He regrets how this film came out because it wasn't even studio control. It was like he didn't specify that it was Sandler, but he said like none of my original ideas basically stayed in the film, and I should have fought for them more. And if you think about it, this is my perspective.
Yeah.
The laughs are great. It's a very funny film.
Still holds.
All the boy humor is Sandler.
Yeah.
And you see it in every one of his other films.
Yeah.
But strip away the Sandler humor, and it probably would have been a classic holiday film.
Yeah.
By itself.
Ooh.
Like an Elf or like a Christmas story. Like, think about it. It's so
I don't
original.
think it would have been so
It would've been-
memorable.
well, maybe because it's
No,
Sandler.
but
don't
I
know.
think it would
Polar
You think
because
Express,
the triple
you know,
nipple,
like-
you think that would have stayed?
Yeah.
If that would have been wiped off?
because look at again like you're
But
saying.
that's what makes that.
It could have been any character.
Whatever else I'm saying, but that feels like that's Adam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was funny. That's memorable.
Well, that's my point. Is
And that
that
would've
think
just been
about
another
like
Hallmark.
the animated films that leave that mark. So, Polar Express, right? As an example, there's not a ton of humor in that film, but it's memorable. It's a classic. It didn't need the humor.
But
per
because
se.
it wasn't striving for humor. This one is.
Well, because
No,
Sandler picked it up and said, "I'm
And-
going to turn this into me."
Yeah, and
You know?
also
Yeah, I get
I
that.
think
it's one of those where like it's not gonna hit everybody's
No,
palate.
it's not. It really
you
isn't.
know, it, like I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, okay, yeah,
a lot
that
of the points I gave for it is just the fact that it's a very original story,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
love the elements that they did use. Even like we were talking about the product placement and how like
Yeah.
that was really well done, and it didn't feel
Yeah.
overly done.
Also, while we're on the
Well,
point,
Here, we'll come back to it.
yeah,
Okay.
But yeah, like I mean, I know that you show this to like anybody who's not a 13-year-old boy,
Right,
they're gonna look at
right.
it and be like, "Did I just really waste one of my Christmas
I
picks
think
on like
yeah.
deer shitting and laughing at the
Yeah.
same time?" You're like,
I think Sandler stayed in that comedy brain,
Yeah.
like in the 13-year-old boy
Absolutely,
comedy.
100% agree.
Billy Madison-esque stuff. Like he stayed in that comedic brain, and for some stuff it works amazingly. For most things, it's like, okay, dude, grow up.
Yeah.
it really is. Like, and then you find it in every one of his films.
Uncut Gems. Shoot, I had one in the brain already.
oh, the basketball one he did recently with
Oh yeah, Hustle.
Hustle.
Hustle's pretty good.
Hustle's
So
good.
I think the ones that are like
dramas.
drama ones
Yeah.
now, yeah, because comedies.
He's
they
doing.
can't.
They just announced it. I sent the article to you guys. Him and George Clooney are teaming up for a Noah Baumbach film.
Oh.
And Sandler's been in Baumbach films. He was in the Meyerowitz stories, which was great.
Oh, my
His
goodness,
performance in
yeah.
that was great.
I haven't seen that one.
It's good, man. It's on Netflix. It's with Dustin Hoffman, who plays the dad, and it's good, dude. It's actually Greta
Ben
Gerwig's in
Stiller?
it. I think Ben Stiller's in it. Yeah, but Sandler's dramatic stuff is fun, man, and it's comedic too. By the way, like all the Baumbach films, are, with the exception of Marriage Story, are pretty comedic. So, yeah, but I just think that I'm gonna call it the Everything Everywhere syndrome. If we would have stripped away the humor, this film would have been high on the cinematic kind of
like you
scope.
said, it probably
I
would have.
disagree.
Well, because look at like
I think that's what made the film. Like, if
other
not, it would have
than-
been a Hallmark animated
Oh,
film.
I
but
don't
then it would have
know.
like no.
No.
You take away like the
it's
right
more-
foot.
No,
you know?
because let's
There's more merit.
Yeah,
What if
let's-
it was just a
But
normal?
like he was just saying, it's just another story. It
But
would
what-
be just
but-
another.
but let me say
no,
that.
it's still original without that because I mean,
Yeah,
look at it. A guy who's like the town kind of failure, who's also a bit of a drunk,
Mm-hmm.
is gonna be sentenced to 10 years in prison if he doesn't act up or he doesn't shape up. And then we see a basketball coach who's dedicated himself to the town and the people,
Yeah.
takes him under his wing, and then slowly through a series of unfortunate events has to embrace what this guy's giving him, and then also with the family element of that kid also wanting to play basketball, learn about a tragic backstory.
There's an arc.
Yeah, like
for sure.
but those elements don't have the the toilet humor and all that involved,
Right.
but they're really solid elements. And then the way it builds up and the ice skating rink and learning about the family and all that, then you finally get to that last scene, especially like him having to cry in the mall, and
That's a
that
great
being,
scene.
Oh, also like the mall as this big metaphor for the holidays.
Yeah,
because it's
I love
all
that.
like consumerism. That's where it all
Yeah.
like stems from. That's why like if anybody loves the holidays, well, you have to love them all because that's where you
Right.
go
Right.
for the holidays to collect everything. You know.
But that's what I mean. If you strip away the comedic aspect of it, not the full comedy, but look, let me put it to you this way. Let's play devil's advocate. What if this film, what's the number one rule of animation? You know this.
You have to make a film that you couldn't otherwise make like live action.
Bingo. This film stripping away the deer shit and him riding a fucking trash can lid throughout the town, stripping away all those factors, this film could have been live action.
Yeah, but it gives it that magic realism.
I will say for the musical.
That's what a
elements,
musical does. That's what a musical does. A musical gives it the
I
magical
don't think I
realism
would have wanted
aspect.
to see Adam Sandler in a live action musical. I don't think he could have played it.
Maybe but that's my point. I think that's why he made it into an animated film.
Just so he can like kind of mess. Oh, and then also like him being able to voice multiple characters. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of what they
Yeah.
did like the whole Tom Hanks thing.
Yeah.
Which he didn't do any different voices.
I don't know if this is a fun fact. I couldn't really search it, but wasn't Chris Farley or his brother one of the voices of the sponsor things? I saw it somewhere in
And probably the GNC guy.
something like that. I think it was his brother or something.
Well, we're straying away. Carlos, give us your best Whitey impression
Yeah, Kevin
and
Farley.
rating.
Kevin Farley was the Panda Express panda.
Sorry, man. Chris Farley, man. My bad.
Chris Farley. When you talk Sandler, you got to
Yeah,
talk
you gotta-
Farley.
you gotta mention
You
Chris.
just have to.
Rating.
For the reasons I just stated, I think I'm at a 7 for Holiday. And again, I'm very just nostalgic about it. It's the Walter Mitty thing. It's like I remember this being great, and it is great. And there's more than a few laugh out loud moments, but I've also seen better Christmas films. It's unfair to the originality is great. It has merit and all of that.
Damn, it's gonna be lower than 5. I know.
No, it's a 5. I'm at a 5 as well. It has merit, and I think the parts of the film that has merit are what the original concept of the story was, not what it turned into. So that's my perspective right now. I just think that if Sandler would have been a hired gun as an actor
Just
in a live action version of this or something like that, even in the animated front, if he was just
It
the
probably
voice,
would've been a classic.
I think it would have been a classic.
yeah, it is in a cult classic. I'll give you that.
And I think it could have been if there were all the deer shit. And by the way, it's not just deer shit.
I disagree.
You see an asshole. You see the deer's asshole, like gaping as it's shit. It's just too much, dude. Like
It is too much. It is.
And I'm not a toilet humor guy too, so that it just didn't.
Yeah, that part for sure.
Oh,
They
but
could've
an
skipped
Oscar winner can have a bunch of dildos in a scene.
that.
That's fine.
I disagreed with that.
Oh.
Remember? That was my whole point. Is that's why that film shouldn't. It could have been even better if it didn't have all the dick jokes. I was the first one to say that. I don't think this film.
So you don't like Superbad? Okay.
I don't think Superbad should have ever deserved an Oscar or anything like that.
I'm talking about the dick joke.
Comedy.
No, yeah.
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So
your best Whitey impression.
I already gave it. I already gave my Whitey impression. I don't know.
Nah, I think Austin's the one we were waiting for.
Oh yeah, it's coming around. Everybody's got to suffer the fate.
True.
It's a technical foul.
See, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Are you happy?
Good character.
Yeah.
Fun character.
Yeah.
Again,
Memorable.
if it were an old couple, any old couple,
Nah, I
That would've been
disagree.
fine.
Can I give my rating now?
Yeah.
absolutely.
I hope you've been working on that impression, boy.
It's coming towards the end. No, see, me, I'm an Adam Sandler fan. So this movie had everything that I liked.
Really?
It had Adam Sandler. That's everything he
That's
wants.
everything he wanted.
Yeah, Adam Sandler is peak. Like, we see him just
Yeah.
doing a bunch of impressions and stuff.
His songs.
It's got basketball in it, which I love.
Yep.
Obviously, the story, the arc, everything's beautiful. I just think, now that we're in the topic, I think we watched it because it was Adam Sandler's film.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It's
You're
not,
absolutely right.
You're saying that strip away some of the jokes, some of the humor, some of those like disgusting stuff. I think it would have just been a normal Hallmark animation film. It would have been like, okay, this guy's getting his life together. This old man's helping him out. But I think the humor was what made this film. So I give it an 8.5
For what?
For holiday or film?
for a holiday.
And then for film?
For film,
Go ahead.
I'll give it like a 6. It's because I saw this in the movie at the theaters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. I remember I saw it and I couldn't stop laughing at everything that Adam Sandler was saying, dude. So.
Man, you got to see them gaping assholes.
Yeah, dude. It was
Dear.
which was perfect at the time when it was released. You know, now
But how old were you?
oof,
2003.
I was young as shit, dude. I don't know, probably 10. I don't know.
Okay.
It was beautiful.
Think about that. When
the
you
next
found it to be
Casablanca.
like this, you were a teenage kid.
No, but even seeing it right now, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But then you guys say
There
like,
was
oh,
a moment I glanced over at like I'm just turning back, seeing my buds watching the film, and I could see Castro. Let me see if I can recreate the action.
Oh, really? You see, and I was a little more worried because I'm at the end of the
yeah.
table, and I glanced over and I saw all three of you on your phone at one point. So I was like, okay, we've lost
Hey,
him.
nah, probably towards
In
the
my
end.
defense,
Probably
it's
towards
week
the
2 in the semifinal of my fantasy football league, and I'm keeping up with the score. So
My defense, it buzzed.
My
It
defense,
buzzed?
was probably like
Your
the
phone
end.
buzzed?
I have a legitimate reason. You just said you
How is
buzzed.
that a legitimate reason?
Because it's fantasy football and there's money on the line, Carlos.
Cinema. Give it its reverence.
You don't give it its reverence half the time. So it's okay.
How? How do I not give it its
I
reverence?
see you on your phone half the time.
Not when I'm looking at you, fucking texting the
I
group.
agree with Austin.
With what? During this film?
I saw you looking more at your phone than you did.
Bullshit. Also, why was I on my phone? No. Why was I on my phone?
I don't know.
You, all of you look over my shoulder. Why was I on my phone? I was on IMDb looking up shit for the
Oh, okay,
podcast.
okay.
That's always
Okay,
the
okay,
point.
yeah,
So why don't you do that
I do-
before
I
and
do
not
have it back in my
respect the
mind.
cinema?
Because I've seen it. So, like, I wasn't seeing it for the first
Respect
time.
the cinema. I've seen it too.
Please.
How long ago?
When was the last time you saw it?
Like a year ago. I own it. I like it.
I'm gonna set up a camera next time. I'm gonna set up a camera next time and just have it play.
And see who's on their phones the most. I fucking dare you.
It's gonna be
I
you.
dare you.
It's gonna be you.
Oh yeah. When I'm not IMDb, put a camera over my shoulder.
I've seen
When
like-
I'm not on IMDb.
I've
He
seen
when
says
I
that,
haven't
but
se- when I've never
he
seen
says
the
that, but
film-
I've seen him be on like Instagram.
What
before,
bullshit?
Oh, for
When
real?
I've
You're
never
closer
seen
to
the
him. You're closer to
film,
him.
when I've never seen the film, you don't see me on my phone.
Too. Bullshit.
Oh, coming
Never
straight
see
from
me
the
on my
man.
phone.
You wanna take this
I
outside?
won't get facts out of it because I've
Catch-
never seen it.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah.
Catch
Put
me outside.
cameras. I fucking dare you.
Catch me
Anyways,
outside.
I thought I lost you guys with this one. Your parents never fought in front of you, huh, buddy?
Yeah, it seems like he's uncomfortable right now. Uncomfortable right now.
Yeah, this
No,
is home.
I'm literally.
This
just
feels like the holidays now.
I'm
No,
filling
he's-
up the space, because I know that for the next 5 minutes I'm not gonna get a word in. So I'm
No, it's like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory when Leonard and Penny fight. He goes and turns the blender on.
Yeah.
I've heard he does it. So no, yeah, I'll give it a 7.5 for it being the funniest. No, 8.5.
That's a technical foul. That's a
The
technical
funniest
foul.
what?
One of the funniest animation films ever created in mankind, bro.
Wow, that's a stupid answer.
Well, that's a
Austin.
stupid beanie. But we all make our choices, right?
That's a stupid shirt with no collar. What did he say earlier? He's like, I feel like a father that gave
I
up.
feel like a priest that gave up.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I don't know. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, I was like, screw this.
All right, phone man, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Phone man?
Yeah, phone man.
Give us your
Wait a
ratings.
minute. What is that on your arm?
Oh, look at that.
Oh my god.
Show the
Yeah,
Austin
throw it
cam.
out.
The Austin
No,
cam.
because it's still got the second skin on it. It looks kind of weird.
No, dude, I showed mine like the second day.
Yeah,
after
but you
it
didn't
got-
have second skin on.
Yeah, I had to raw dog it like a man.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Like that's the first time I ever see that.
Oh no, I've seen like nice places do it, but like mine was like,
No, like I had a wrap
knew
for a
it.
day, but I didn't keep it on for 4
for a
days.
moment I thought you said I had a wrap for a day, and I'm like,
I don't
I have a wrap for a
No,
lifetime.
and I did look it up. If they use second skin, you're supposed to leave it on anywhere from 1 to 5 days. Because it's wet healing, not
Technical foul.
like normal healing.
No, that's a technical foul.
It's a technical foul.
See, I think that's the phrase that's gonna warm everybody
Yeah,
up to doing
yeah.
the impression.
So my rating for this,
God damn it, I can't do it, dude.
It's kind of more scratchy.
I'm trying to think of like something funny he said when he was like, he put the thing, he was like, I feel the
Kitty,
mouth,
my fingers in your mouth.
Kitty, my fingers
Yeah,
in
just
your
like your
mouth,
mouth.
but I don't feel any teeth.
I feel no teeth. This film.
God
Rating.
damn it, dude, I can't.
Only the low
ratings.
Now, if I were to whisper to you my rating, can you give my rating in your whitey voice?
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, hang on tight, everybody. We're getting ready. Keep going.
It's because it's a
All the
headphone.
mics right there, bro.
We are. We
All the
can hear
camera
you.
mics, all this.
We can hear you.
Anyway,
He said 7 for something.
okay.
Christmas.
Don't fuck it up.
I was talking to the pudgy man, and he was saying
The pudgy. Did you say pudgy? You
this
fucking.
gets a 7
That's 8.
film.
That's 8. But okay.
and an 8 for Christmas.
8 for
Wow.
Christmas. 7 for film.
I think that's a pretty high rating for something such low caliber as 8 Crazy Nights.
It's not low caliber.
I'm kidding. I'm
It's
joking.
mid caliber.
What
good
other
game.
impressions do you do?
Mita no Wita.
All right, Jabba, calm down.
Java.
Just go back to
Jabba the
Wolfman.
Hutt?
Yeah.
Just go back to Wolfman.
He's not Hawaiian. I don't know why you're vibing with Jabba the Hutt,
I'm
but
sorry. I can also do myself. Hi.
Well, he does Wolfman,
Wolfman.
Watto, Java.
Yeah.
I feel like you could do Trump. Can you do Trump?
No.
anyways,
So my rating
Why?
for this film.
7 for
We're gonna build the wall.
It's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be huge.
This rating's gonna be
Huge.
Huge.
Huge rating.
Here we go.
I'm gonna come.
It's gonna be the best rating ever. I've asked
You gotta
everybody.
go watch it.
That's everybody. And they said it's magnificent.
Way better than the Whitey.
Out of 7.
Adam Sandler is huge.
okay.
See, I can do a decent Trump.
That's fair.
It's decent.
Yeah. All right, what was the question?
Your rating.
Your rating.
Yeah, I'd give it. What did I say? It was a 7 for Christmas and then
Christmas?
7 for cinema.
Was that a t-shirt?
It was a 7 for cinema and an 8 for Christmas.
Yeah, that's a good
Or
Christmas.
Hanukkah.
It's because that's where it sits in that weird place. Is it? I feel like it's more of a feel-good film than it is a holiday.
But no, but
It's almost like
you
Christmas
have to
is the
admit,
background.
If you say that,
Yeah.
then
No,
that means that
I
you
agree.
can watch it
I agree.
any time of
Oh.
any year. Of any year, yeah. Like
Yeah,
any
no,
time of
I
the year.
agree. It's a Christmas or it's a holiday film.
There's no
I feel like
way
it's split down the middle though.
Oh my god.
What?
Now that we have the ratings,
Uh huh.
let's talk about the story a little bit. I want to.
Not like I was just talking.
Bum bitty bitty
yeah,
bitty
that
bum
was
bum.
No, Austin, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, in this household, we don't use the F-bombs.
No, in this house, we don't say bullshit. We say
Bullspit.
bullspit. Anyways, you were saying? Della, go.
How about Delano? What were you gonna say?
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 Wait. Okay, let's go at the same time. Ready?
Oh, we gotta reel this back in.
2,
We gotta.
3.
All right.
What
Cinema.
were you?
Oh,
All right, hold on. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I'm
Wes
gay.
Anderson.
Y'all not best friends.
Have you guys ever tried to play that game?
oh yeah.
Ever since
Were
I watched
you-
Step Brothers, yeah.
No. It's like
Oh yeah. You have to like say a word and then afterwards something related to that word, and then afterwards something related.
you're
to the
basically
word
trying to
until
say
you
the same
thing.
word without any communication.
Nah, I have
Yeah.
sex for fun.
No, watch that out. Let's do it legitimate.
Fuck girl, son.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what that is.
I like that sentence because it means that there's people that have sex not for fun, and I want to like talk to that person. You know.
I was gonna make a
Trying to
really.
have a baby.
I was
That's
gonna
not fun.
make a really bad joke there.
Can we talk about the film that we're currently on, or is that?
I'm
is this
sorry. No,
gonna-
I mean, you know what? It's because, like,
What is it, Mr. Triple Nipple?
so, like, with this conversation, it's very much like, you know, we're also in the holidays right now.
Dude, I can't take you serious with that beanie. You got this. It just keeps getting bigger each podcast.
You know what it is? Is that whenever I turn, you're just seeing all the girth and the length.
I've seen the girth.
Yeah, I've seen the girth. I've seen, oh, God.
There it
Oh my
is,
God, he has
folks.
hair.
Yeah, I
It's
don't want to
got
talk
a
about
mind
it.
of its own.
No, what I like
Wait,
to do...
put the basketball in your
No,
beanie
it has
and make
an
it look bigger.
alfalfa thing. I think it's hilarious.
Oh my God. No, what I like to do is I like to be in public spaces.
Now
And
that's a
whenever
technical
like
foul.
two people are talking, I like to see if anybody notices, but I'll like whip back and forth and then just...
you're
Dude,
that
today
weird guy.
during the Zoom meeting, while you and Eric were having a back and forth, Carlos, he was whip panning the webcam.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
had
saw
to-
that. I saw
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You look like a Teletubby.
Yeah.
Go on.
You got
What? Anyway, no, something I wanted to talk about the film.
Yeah.
The Save the Cat moment.
The save the cat moment.
For those of you who don't know at home, Carlos, what is the Save the Cat moment in script writing? Or do you want me to say it?
Save the cat moment.
Do you know what it is?
It's different. I don't know that you could define it as.
Yes, you can.
Well, but
Yes, you can. Do it right now. There's a book of that.
the Cat in the Hat, the law is not to be trifled with.
Oh, that scared me, dude.
Why?
Sandra walked in and I was not expecting anybody else here. And I just see a dark figure walk past out of the corner of my eye.
You didn't hear it?
No.
You
I
didn't hear
have
the
headphones.
door?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So,
Save the cat. Explain the
the
Save the Cat.
cat.
Okay.
Okay, so Save the Cat. Which camera do I talk? Save the Cat. If you don't know,
Look at this
is
one.
a.
No, that's not his camera. That's
So, okay. I'll make it quick. I know that we're killing time on the podcast, but Save the Cat moment in script writing is that when you have a character who is going to go through some kind of transformation from being like a bad person to a good person,
Yeah.
what you need to have is one brief glimpse for the audience that they're good. The reason they call it the Save the Cat moment is like, think of a person who's like an absolute jerk the entire time you see him on screen at the beginning of a film, but then if a cat's stuck in a tree and he goes to help it and then continues being a jerk, that glimpse of humanity in him is enough for the audience to want to care and root for him the rest of the film, even if at that moment in time he doesn't show anything positive in his character.
And you asked me something during the screening that I think you should ask everybody else.
Yeah. What I asked is, if it was necessary, right? Or like
You asked me if it was necessary for every film.
Yeah. Because some writers, there's a book called Save the Cat, if you want to look into screenwriting or look at dynamics that some people follow. But some people believe that every film, doesn't matter what the genre is or anything, needs to have a Save the Cat moment. Because that, you know, there's the stories of good person turning, or like bad person turning into a good person. But if you ever want the audience to automatically care about your character and whatever happens to them, good or bad, you need to have a Save the Cat moment where either like they give a homeless guy like $1, or they end up like, you know, talking to a small child and they're very friendly, or they, you know, will go and like help their parents or something like that. Like they need to have one good moment for you to care about them. And if they don't have that, then the book talks about how then the audience has no reason to care about your character and they don't build a connection with your film.
You believe that?
It's to me, it's a good conversation. I don't think every film needs
Yeah.
it, but you see, if you
Yeah.
pay attention, you'll see a lot of films.
I'm trying to
use it.
think of one that's not. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'll see a lot of films that use it, like right off the bat, especially holiday films.
Yeah.
It's all over the place where it's always like a character's like too busy for their kid, but then they'll end up like dropping off a little gift, or like, oh, they're like Scrooge, like he's
Yeah.
a jerk, but he also did have like a love interest at one time, meaning he was a loving
The
person.
Scrooge effect, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I told you I don't think it does. In fact, a lot of the films that I've fallen in love with over time don't have that moment. And because it's... People think... We're conditioned to think that that's a human thing. And it is. That's how you garner some empathy for this character. But you can do that by just showing their humanistic side. Like for the entire arc of the character. I don't think you need to have one key moment. Because it's very clear in this. What pisses me off about the Save the Cat moment in this film, which is how it's used poorly in most films, is that it's a very quick turn. This film is 1 hour and 16 minutes. It's not even long. The turn is easy. It's easy and it's fast.
and it's kind of like
It's day and night. It's like, oh, Save the Cat moment. boom, now he's good, and then he continues to be good until he breaks.
But then again, that's where the save the cat moment comes into play, where he goes and he's gonna help the kid play basketball over a dumb bet.
Yeah.
And then after that, he's still a jerk for a little while.
Yeah.
Like he's a jerk up till the point that he gets to his house and then it burns down. But even then, he's kind of wants to still be rude. But I guess you're right. It flips really quick. But that's a storytelling problem.
Well, and, I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a little more original in this film to a certain extent because they have the save the cat moment in the gym. And what saves it a little bit for me is the car ride.
Yeah.
And we start hearing the motif in the song. And it's like she's driving and she's asking herself what's wrong with him. He's driving. He's asking himself why she looked at him. It's a good moment. That's a great moment. And then, maybe I can seek some good in myself. And then boom, my fucking life is burning in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
And then that's back to like, fuck life, screw this.
Yeah.
Shitty things happen. So it's a good little kind of moment.
No, yeah, and
but,
I mean the film and like a lot of like I'd say it's a problem with like animated films and like children's stories is that sometimes you need these quick story beats to keep the audience entertained. Yeah. But again, this is geared towards adults, so it's kind of like a weird.
Yeah, it's a weird.
It's a weird 50-50. But
do you think it's necessary for every film?
I don't think so, but I mean, then again, I'm a character-driven type of guy.
Think it this way: we just talked about the movie Seven, right?
Mm-hmm.
In there. You see Morgan Freeman's character that he's just kind of burnt out and done with everything, and then you see it's Brad Pitt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt's character that he's kind of like a hothead, doesn't want to follow the rules. For both those characters, their save the cat moment is when they have like dinner at the guy's house, because then you see Morgan Freeman loosen up and laugh and be like a good character that he knows how to like be respectful in somebody's home and connect with others, and then you see him that he's a husband and he's playing the husband role. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like so even in films like that where you would think like, oh, it's not really necessary, like writers will throw it in all the time.
It's still in there,
they'll throw it in everywhere.
No, I'm guilty of it too. I mean, it feels like a story beat. It's very easy for that moment to feel like a story beat, but it's very easy to get confused between, this is a turning point, as opposed to this is the save the cat moment.
Yeah.
Save the cat can be very cheesy. A turning point builds on the arc.
True.
Yeah.
By the way, not to turn our holiday episode into that, but like because right now I'm trying to get back into the kick of writing again, those elements have been popping into my head again. So, yeah.
No, yeah, it's great. I mean,
I felt like this film did kind of have it suffered from having those very quick turns, because also like the ice skating rink thing where at first he's like nodding to the kid like, hey, I hope you're doing good, Benji, and then he's talking to like the old lady and helping out the old man. It's like, oh yeah, so and
that's where shit goes south. I also want to note that I have one big gripe with this film, and if it would have had a little more development, it had the room. Animated films probably shouldn't be as long, right? But it could have been longer. The arc with the girl.
Oh, that was even like, it's almost a joke the way it wrapped up.
It's almost non-existent.
It was kind of like, hey, so you guys hold hands now, and
there should have been a moment between them by themselves. A couple of moments.
Yeah, I wanted a live action film, dude.
No,
but that's the thing. That was beautiful. It was enough. And then they 20 minutes long. It's beautiful. It's like, you guys are together now, and I'll be by my.
No, you know what? There's two things I can think of.
Here, bro.
One, if you want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and you want to think that they were smart about it. This whole film is a spoof on the holiday genre in general, because even the whole the narrator's like, she does
played by Rob Schneider, by the way.
Yeah, it's like, he does kind of look like an owl. Oh, sorry. And then like the narrator leaves again. So I love the narrator jokes.
It's fun. It's fun.
But then in that also, it's kind of like,
does the film know what it wants to be?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Bro.
I don't think so. I don't think it knows what it wants to be.
What do you know? What do you mean?
I think those moments, if you would have leaned into them, then it would have been more of a comedy thing. If you would have steered away from them and taken the film a little more serious, if the film would have taken itself a little more serious, that's where it would have gone to the classic.
Like what? Give us an example.
Yeah, I was about to.
I named a couple right now. Like even like on an animated front, the Polar Express. On a live action front, anything from like A Christmas Story to It's a Wonderful Life. Like if it would have taken that route of taking itself more seriously, it would have strayed away from the comedic elements.
Yeah, but then it would have gone the route all these other movies did. They did.
But it would have been a classic. It's
every
still really
Christmas
original.
film we talked about with the Grinch. Every film does
You're saying that you wanted to
Either-
go that way, and you're getting mad because it went another way. It was like, oh no, you know what? We're gonna make it a little ranchy, a little.
What other Christmas
That's
film
beautiful.
has like basketball involved and like the.
It would have been more original, dude. Like there is originality to this film that could have been like preserved
without the
deer shitting in the woods thing or whatever. Okay, let me say this. Let me say this.
Shit.
Yeah, the deer licking shit.
That's my favorite.
I will say this. I will say
there's
this.
Some parts that I don't like.
I will say this. When Sandler, typically a lot of people don't know, when a star who typically, if they're at the height of their career, will produce their own films or at least get a producer credit, even if they don't do anything. They'll go to a studio for a general and they'll pitch whatever projects they want to do because they get that luxury, right? At that point, a studio will give like an overall deal with the star, with a production team, with a director, whoever. Sandler had an overall with Sony at the time. Amy Pascal, who, if you don't know Pascal Productions, she's fucking big now. But at the time, she was barely kind of getting into the producing realm. But she's the biggest producer in the world right now. Like she's fucking huge. Amy Pascal, she came from Sony, and I think she's the head of Sony right now.
Nice.
She greenlit this film, and she kind of gave Sandler the chance when Sony was like, "What are we gonna do with this thing?"
She knows.
Well, it bombed, so no, she doesn't.
I mean, there's a lot of movies that bomb, but then become cult classics.
Cult classic, right? But
back.
She basically what happened was like the studio wanted to cut out a ton of that shit, like cut out the deer thing, cut out
The deer thing, I would.
But just those moments, and Amy was like, "No, we're gonna give Sandler his thing. We're gonna let him do his thing. This is fine." They basically pitched this film in passing. It was like, "Oh, it was one of the things we kind of mentioned," and he just ran with it. This is what happened. The reason why it feels like the Iron Giant is because the animation team behind the Iron Giant just got fired from Warner Brothers.
Oh, so they kind of like
Warner's and Fox Animation. They kind of got laid off, and Sandler was like, "Fuck it, let's start our own animation company called Meatball Animations or something. Meatball Animation Studios."
Really?
The only film they ever did was this, Meatball Animation. It was Sandler's animation studio.
Wow.
And they got Warner Brothers and Fox Animated and basically just combined it into this,
Because they all got laid off.
Which is a cool thing for Sandler to do. But that's why they were thinking about it. I don't think anybody would have taken a chance on this film.
Smart to do.
Even like live action.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have taken a chance on this film. But it was like, oh, he's the star. We're going to say fuck it. There's less risk with an animated one. Let's just let him do it, There's a lot of those things too, where basically Sandler, if you're not familiar with Sandler's movies, it's him and his buddies.
Yeah.
The entire fucking film. I mean,
can catch some of the voices. I'm like, I know who that is. I know who that is.
Kevin Nealon, Farley's brother, obviously, but all these guys. Dante, what's his name? Dante.
I don't know. Yeah, Dante.
I'm pretty sure it would look like Kevin James somewhere in there.
Well, I don't think they had partnered up quite
on.
yet. But Schneider, he was producing Schneider films in that era.
First one.
So yeah,
Did Schneider do like Hot Chicks?
Well, Sandler produced Hot Chicks.
Yeah, Adam Sandler did.
He produced Hot Chicks. He produced Deuce Bigelow. He produced like all the.
He had his own little run.
The Animal.
Yeah.
Snyder was killing, man. Yeah. But yeah, that's the whole. It was just him and his buddies. Yeah, I dig it. But is it the smartest business decision? Think about it. Think about the films that like cement him as an actor.
Thought about that, yeah.
As an actor, think about it. Especially his dramatic roles. Not some of his comedy stuff too, but the dramatic stuff. His buddies aren't in it.
Yeah. I agree.
Punch Drunk Love, Uncut Gems, Rain Over Me. You don't see his buddies in the film. He's
Yeah. Because his buddies are comedy.
To that same effect. If he would have not done the comedy buddy route and would have taken it seriously, I think he would have like cemented this as his Christmas staple. That's what I think. But fun facts, yeah. The Whitey character, the lovable Whitey character, we see him in one other Adam Sandler film.
Really?
Yeah. Not directly, but it's a kind of a nod.
Give me a year. Just the year and I'll probably know it.
Ah, shit.
90?
Well, he developed this character before it was one of his comedy characters.
Who?
Whitey.
Yeah.
No, like on his albums, like in the stand-up and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. He was
But I don't know what year it was. Little Nicky.
Okay. That's like 99, I guess.
Dana Carvey, the referee.
Oh! Yeah, dude!
That's Whitey! It's fucking Whitey!
Dude.
So that's the other side.
Oh, dude. I love them in that character, too.
Yeah.
So you based it off of that one?
Yeah. You've never seen Little Nicky? That's another one of my Adam Sandler favorites, dude. I love that Sandler film.
It's been on my list.
It's really good. Tarantino makes a cameo in that fucking movie as a blind priest.
He's a blind priest.
It's so good. The devil. It's so good. It's a fun one.
So it's based on him. That's a good.
But
fact.
again, that film knows what it wants to be. Straight up comedy. We're gonna
Man,
lean
when I was
into
putting
it.
them up
It's
here.
not really an arc about my mom's in heaven. No, fuck that. We're gonna be funny. It knows what it wants to be. And his buddies are actually funny in it. So
you're mad that it's a funny film based on a Christmas.
No, it's
No,
just like I
You're
think-
saying get rid of one
You know
or
what?
the other.
You know
Sort
what?
of.
Okay, I think here's what the argument is. Especially like the whole 2 rating system. The reason we're giving it 2 ratings is
Yeah.
because one is like it's not trying to be this big masterpiece. It's trying to be something for the holidays,
That's
and
good.
that's why we're
That's a good way to put it.
That's why we're doing 2 ratings. So if this had said we're gonna steer into
require,
being
yeah.
a holiday classic and maybe follow some of the tropes, but really just make it something palatable for everybody,
get it, yeah.
it would have been perfect.
Let me ask you
Or
this.
Can be cinema, then be cinema. But
I'm not gonna
or
ask you
comedy.
what your favorite Christmas film is. I'm gonna ask you,
Shrek.
what do you think the best Christmas film is?
The best
Ever.
Christmas
The
film?
best, the staple of Christmas. What is it?
Christmas Story.
Friday after
Christmas
next.
Story. What?
Friday after next. I'm trying to get the red bill. I'm just like, no. A Christmas Story for sure.
Yeah.
Christmas
Yeah,
Story.
that one's always like on repeat.
I'd probably put Christmas Story up there, or It's a Wonderful Life, or
Nah.
Or The
nah,
Grinch.
Nah.
The Grinch is, you think, the best
Wait,
Christmas
the-
film ever
the
made.
Jim
Not your favorite.
Carrey?
The best Christmas film ever made.
Jim Carrey Grinch? Or like
Nah, dude, just because I'm watching, but I'll put them like a Christmas
Oh,
Story.
well,
and
like
Grinch.
live action, I'll put A Christmas Story and then.
Well, it's because
for-
the other thing with Christmas movies, it's subjective.
Everything is subjective, Austin. But what do
Yeah.
you think is the staple? If you ask me,
Like what I
if
watch.
you ask any cinematic, like any cinephile, what is the best mobster film? They're going to say Goodfellas or The Godfather. That's the staple. That's the clear indication.
Yeah.
What is the Christmas version of that?
Grinch and Christmas Story.
I'd say Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
No!
Good example. Yeah,
No!
I would say it's...
I like it, and it's a
Dude,
it's
are
a
you
classic.
kidding me?
Get
That
outta
is
here.
like.
This is why it's subjective. I'm not asking you for your favorite. I'm
Definition.
asking you if you got somebody from a country who doesn't celebrate Christmas and doesn't know the concept of Christmas, and
You'll
you say,
show 'em Christmas, Charlie Brown Christmas Story.
I probably would too.
Yes.
Over Christmas Story, because Christmas Story is very American, right? Like
Yeah, no, I feel like if you want to see all the
I gotta
elements
watch that
of what,
movie again.
if you want to see all the elements of what Christmas is,
What is
to
Christmas
an American
about?
audience,
Yeah.
then you're gonna see Christmas Story, and that's all it is. It's the getting the tree, it's the setting of
Gifting,
decorations.
yeah.
So you don't think they do that
Yeah.
over there in Germany or in Japan?
no.
No,
A country like somebody who
like-
does know nothing about Christmas.
And then if you look
Who
at
doesn't
like
know anything about Christmas?
no, and then if you look at
There's
Charlie
legends.
Brown Christmas, other than it being like a charming, cute little film, it also has this big thing about what does Christmas even mean? And then
right. That's
then
It's a Wonderful Life. That's what I'm saying.
And it's
Like,
very
Grinch has that?
grounded. It's very
where do
grounded.
you think they got it from?
Oh, here we go with the homage.
Did you know that they made Charlie Brown Christmas the score like a week before the thing was?
No way, really?
Clutch.
Yeah, like
that's a great score.
That's why they hired a jazz composer because it was just like, we just need you to write something fast. Yeah.
Wow, that makes sense.
They just got him and he just wrote it, but like the Charlie Brown theme song
Yeah.
was written like a week, and then that.
Well, so that's my point.
Yeah.
My point is, not only are you not going to say this film, you're gonna know the difference between why is this the best thing ever made versus it's a cult classic. It's not for everybody, you know.
Yeah, this is not for everybody.
It could have been.
Nah, get out of
It
here.
could have been.
But it's not that. Okay, talking about what it's trying to be. It's not trying to be for everybody. Bam.
I don't.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you're right about that.
Congrats.
You're right about that.
Sorry.
You're right about that. But it also didn't.
Sorry.
It didn't lean into that side of the skit either.
Drop the mic, I guess.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there you go. See, so you got it.
I
That
think
means working
I
for
think
you.
this film, the making of it, was a constant battle between Sandler and the writer director.
and Adam Sandler won, which is good.
That's what we're saying.
No, yeah, but you're saying that it sucked because he didn't know what to one. At the end, it was Adam Sandler. That's what it
It
wanted
was
to be.
like 80%, 70% Sandler, 30% this dude.
Where's the 30% of this dude?
The originality of the story, the
Oh,
fact
so
that
you
it's,
don't think Adam Sandler
no, I
contributed
don't.
to any
Tell
of
me
that?
something great that Sandler has written.
I like
Joshua.
going against this guy.
Tell me something great that he's written. Something that you're like, Sandler's a writer, bro.
Go
Bullshit.
buy the CD. What the hell? happened to
No. Film. Tell me a film that he's written.
you? He didn't like his first ones. He didn't do like.
I don't think he wrote anything. Other than like the newer ones, like Grown Ups and all that.
Should
for
we hear
real?
some
It was
writing
just like
credits
the
from
higher-
Sandler?
Yeah, he was like the punch-up guy.
Yeah,
like
the-
comedy, let me see how I can make this funnier. My point with that is, I think there's a reason why Sandler hasn't stepped into writing, like,
Phil.
film. And, like, when it's comedy, Sandler's regarded as like one of the funniest guys, period, to comedy.
Right.
He is. But I think it's the same reason why Eddie Murphy shouldn't have a comeback.
Oh, no, dude. I hope that Beverly Hills Cop is good.
You hope.
I hope.
That's my point.
Yeah, I hope.
The Coming to America thing was
It was good. It was alright. It was alright.
That's my point, because the comedy's outdated and these guys are coming back like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Where the comics that stayed with it, the Chris Rocks, the Louis, they stayed with it.
I see what you're saying.
They saw comedy evolve and get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, these guys were like, no, I know what was funny 30 years ago, and that's what I think it's still funny. And the kids today don't know what they're talking about. No, because it's evolved.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that's what happens with Sandler. And just for the Christmas front, like, I think it was a bad.
I think he was still in his peak.
He wasn't his peak. Anyways, yeah, it has a lot of merit, man. It has a lot of originality. I just think it could have been like, it could have been a classic.
It could have been a film.
It could have been a film. It could have been a classic film.
Yeah, Adam Sandler.
A cult classic is not classic. Just because you're nostalgic about it doesn't mean. I'm willing to admit that I'm nostalgic about this film.
But would it even be considered a cult classic?
I think so, because
Yeah.
a few people know about it. They'll probably watch it every year for Christmas, that type of thing.
Very select group.
Because he didn't watch it, so I'm like, God damn. Man.
Well, I also was one of those where like I was.
His parents would have never let him see this when he was younger.
Can you imagine
But didn't you
poor-
say they made you stop watching it or something?
Yeah, I was watching. They're like, "Why are you gonna watch this filth?" You know?
Yeah.
Triple nipple filth.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to the deer scene. In fact, in my memory, I was like, "Oh man, this is the scene where Whitey dies, right?"
Oh my God.
And then I was like, "Wait, why isn't he dead yet?" Like,
Oh my God.
in my brain,
You have to come up with the story.
They're watching the Santa Claus
I was
too much.
watching something else, I guess, because I remember that he died, and then
It was one of the seizures and you stopped.
And then after he died.
Oh, he's dying. I'm
No,
out.
you know what it might have been? That they stopped me watching the movie, and I was like, oh, this guy's probably going to die. And then in my mind, I'm like, oh, no, he died right when they stopped it. And then Adam Sandler's going to become a good character, you know?
Yeah. Well, look, there's a lot of cool things that this thing did.
Man, is that hard to say?
I know.
No, I'm
he's
trying to
to
script-
sugarcoat it.
Yeah,
it's a lot of
kinda
cool.
like, have you ever had like cold butter and you're trying to put it on toast until
Yeah,
it wants
and
to spread?
it's
You're
kinda
just
like
like,
going
It's just not spreading. I'm
it's
trying.
just-
I'm trying, people. No,
I'm trying to keep it
trying.
good.
It kind of
Okay.
impresses into.
It was a better Christmas film than Last Christmas. There we go.
Oh.
So no. But seriously, like, by the way, the whole mall thing, the
Metaphor for consumers.
no, that was cool. But the product placement.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't product placement.
Smart.
that wasn't.
They didn't get permission from any of these companies to put their logo on the film.
So how did they get away with it?
They just got away with it. They
Because
just
Adam Sandler and nobody wants
they
to
just
sue
got
Adam
away. Yeah,
Sandler?
nobody wants to sue him, I guess, but they
Yeah.
got away with it. There was no They didn't get paid.
Why wouldn't they?
That's
Did they try
stupid,
it?
right? Kind of stupid. I don't know.
But,
I
I
don't
mean,
think
it's
they did.
also kind of like, why are they going to complain, right? They're just kind of like,
Free
okay, well,
advertising.
yeah, it's.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a funny thing. But okay, now everybody's turning. I was trying to be discreet, but fine.
No.
Sandra says hi.
Hi, Sandra. How are you doing? Good.
You want to be on the podcast?
Remember? Oh shit! Is the mall talking?
Holy shit! Did the mall just say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's something. If you've never seen, you should watch. I think you should check it out.
If you've never watched, you should see.
I agree. It's another way of putting it.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about this film?
Austin.
Why are you mad?
I'm not mad.
You look very
Austin.
angry at the discussion we've just been having.
Austin. Do they? Okay, I'm sorry. This is gonna be a stupid question. Everybody's gonna beat me up in a bit. Do they edit animated films?
No. Did he just ask that?
Not in the traditional way, I guess, but you're basically shooting for edit. Think about it. You're animating
that's
for
what I'm
edit.
like.
Yeah.
Because that's why they don't have too many deleted scenes for like animated films, and when they do, like genuine deleted scenes,
I think stuff
it's-
ends up on the cutting room
No,
floor
but
either
like when they
way.
genuinely have it, you'll see where it's like half animated. Like they just like had like everything sketched together, but they didn't like fully render it out because they were like, oh no.
I think the opposite happens. I think they're at like picture lock and they make everything and then they're like, that scene doesn't really work. Let's cut that scene out. I think that's what ends up happening, but I don't know.
You know what I always wonder with animated films is how they get the mouse the right.
Oh, they have to draw it.
That's
I thought I was
animation.
dumber from the last question, but that just I think everybody got dumb with that.
Dude, all lost brain cells.
Yeah, man.
Merry Christmas, anyway.
Well, it depends.
Hanukkah.
It depends on the animation style. Some people animate it digitally,
I saw
where
one
the
where
mouth. Dude, AI is doing crazy
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
things for
nowadays-
animation, dude.
Well, I mean, after
like
like
crazy fucking
like
things for
Klaus.
animation. Yeah.
We had a conversation about Klaus, but for the animation there, they use the help of AI to basically come up so everything's 2D animated, but then they used AI to generate an imprint of what it would be like in a 3D environment. Like imagine that, and so they could light it. That's why when you look at the lighting in Klaus, it's super dynamic and it feels 3D, but the whole thing's 2D.
2D.
Yeah.
For animation, it's doing insane fucking things.
What year was Klaus?
It was the same year as The Irishman.
2020?
Yeah.
2020.
2019, 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this animation style was fun. It is reminiscent of Atlantis, Iron Giant.
Wait, what was the other one you said?
Atlantis.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Atlantis?
Oh, yeah. Do you remember... I'm trying to think. The Space Pirate one. Do you remember that one?
Space Pirate.
I remember El Dorado.
Treasure-
Remember that?
El Dorado.
Treasure Planet.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I rewatched it the other day, and it holds up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think people should be encouraged to go see this if you haven't. If you have, spoilers. But it's a good film. It is a good film. I think it has enough of an arc for you to care about this character. And Sandler was still doing fresh shit, at the time. He was still doing good, fresh kind of original work. He wasn't trying to stick it to the Oscars. He was.
Since
was having
everybody
some
was
fun.
laughing, I'm assuming the jokes still.
They all
still
landed.
hold?
I think
Oh,
they all
still
landed.
hold.
Yeah.
For sure. If you would like, let us know if this is on your holiday rotation for films
Is it?
in the comments.
No.
I
Why do we pick that?
No, I think because
No,
the Grinch. There's so many people I know that have the Grinch on their holiday rotation.
Yeah.
I have to have it once a year.
Yeah.
I think this one for some people
We
it's
revisit
like
it every once in a while.
yeah,
Or something.
exactly.
Especially
yeah.
kids, Jewish.
I mean, the fact that we watched it right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, how many?
Jewish
But
kids?
probably
Oh, that's
because
true, yeah,
no. How many? Yeah, think about it. How many? Did this change anything? How many Jewish
Hanukkah.
centered films for Christmas for the holidays? How many Hanukkah based films do you really get?
Imagine this is
I lost you.
How many? Yeah.
Imagine this is the only one. And it's
Can you think of
Yeah,
any?
that's what I'm saying.
I can't think of any.
I can't think of any either.
So that's a.
Yeah.
That's a plus for sure.
Yeah. And they also make a joke about it where they're like, hey, everybody who celebrates Christmas, Merry Christmas.
yeah.
Yay! And then it's everybody who celebrates Hanukkah.
Like four of them. Yeah. Oh, fun fact that I thought was very, very great. Sandler's parents voiced his actual parents in this,
I did read that.
Wow.
and the dad died the next year.
No.
So this immortalized Sandler's dad, which I thought was really cool.
That's
cool. That the way to put it like that.
Yeah.
Isn't the Happy Madison thing his dad's voice too?
Yeah. His logo, his intro or whatever.
wow.
Yeah, that's Sandler's dad. His name's Sandy. Sandy? So I think it's Sandy. I think his name's Sandy.
Sandy.
Is it Sandy? It's something like that. But anyways, he's immortalized.
Wow.
Through this, and then I think for 50 First Dates, which is filmed immediately after this,
After that one, yeah.
he dedicated that film to his dad. It's in the credits and stuff like
Wow.
that. So he had died. He was still decided. Good for him. That one slump film didn't stop him, didn't slow him down. He still did great films. For another 5
Which
years?
was the slump
I
film?
think.
This one.
God damn, bro.
Oh, man.
All right. Can't take any more of this.
It's so good, but it's okay.
By
By the way, he was also producing for his buddies at the time. Grandma's Boy came out around that time, didn't it? I mean,
Yeah, and it was actually a gold.
it was
a jam, dude.
It was.
Encino Man.
No.
Encino Man was way before. What are you talking about?
I just like saying words.
Well, go check it out. I don't think
Yeah.
we have anything else to say about 8 Crazy Nights. It is a great film. It is underrated, but it's
Yeah.
It's animation, but it's rated R, so.
It's PG-13.
PG-13, but
Oh,
it can be
PG-13.
kind of
Yeah.
construed as rated
No,
R.
but check it out. I feel like, we got to talk about all the holiday films, not just the ones that everybody knows. We're going to do a Christmas Story, which I feel like a lot of people have seen. And it's going to be fun to do a retrospective on that. But something like this.
Anybody have the lamp? Any chance?
I was about to tell you, when does it start?
What do you mean?
The lamp?
Hanukkah.
Oh, it started on
7
the first.
days before.
No,
Christmas.
isn't it 8 or something like that?
8 days before Christmas. Literally, the last day of Hanukkah is Christmas Eve.
So how far are we? Oh, it's already started?
I wished everybody a happy
5.
first.
Yeah,
day
I
of
think
Hanukkah.
today's the first day of Hanukkah.
No, it's not. Because
Is it-
I
This year,
remember-
Hanukkah's going to be celebrated from the 7th to the 15th, so Hanukkah's
Yeah.
over.
Oh,
It's over?
so every year's different or what? I didn't know that.
See, I didn't know this.
Okay,
Okay, my
usually
bad.
coincides with November to December in the Gregorian calendar.
Man, also this
We don't
kid,
follow the Gregor. What?
this kid single mom, right? Has to raise him by himself, but could afford to get him like a Game Boy and a couple of other things that were like really like they were nice gifts.
Hey man, my mom was the same way. Like we lived in a fucking rat-filled house, but we had a PlayStation. Damn it!
Same, dude,
I had Gamecast.
I had Gamecast.
Yeah.
Nah, she worked. My mom was a single mom, man. She worked hard to get us what we wanted. So.
No, but what I've heard, at least, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm just like, I don't know, Christian boy. But,
I can hear that.
what?
They go on.
No, is that like, I've heard that people will get like very simple gifts, like the first couple of days,
okay.
here's like a sock.
Leading up.
Yeah,
to
and then it's like, yeah.
What are they, Dobby the elf? Calm down.
Master's giving Dobby a sock. Add Dobby to the list.
Hey, who watches Harry Potter for Christmas? I like watching Harry Potter at Christmas. You've never seen Harry Potter? Any of them?
I'm starting to doubt everything he says, bro. There's no way, bro. There's no way you're so knowledgeable of film and not watched any of them.
No, because I put all my time and energy into learning how it's made, not like what was made. Like, no, but I've seen the first two.
You didn't binge on them?
No, you know what?
That's
like,
the best
who doesn't
way to do
binge
it.
Harry Potter?
No, so my loving mom, hi. She doesn't watch.
Stopped watching a long time ago.
you doing?
No, she might watch this one, but no, there was a period of time when it was.
She wouldn't let you see the film. What makes you think she's going to watch the podcast
about 8 Crazy Nights. She's gonna watch that one specifically. The one she's like, "Oh, get that film off the TV." But
why is Whitey his mom now?
Do the little sister. Can you do the sister?
oh, I can't do this
Eleanor.
shit. Oh no, Eleanor, too hard.
Yeah.
But it was during that time when like they were telling parents like, "Oh, Harry Potter's the devil. Don't watch it."
Oh my
So
gosh.
I
I went through that.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
was
thing.
going through that where like we watched the first two. I'm like, "Wow, this is great," and then the third one was coming out, and then my mom's like, "Nope, we're not participating."
Wow.
Yeah, no Satan this year for you kids. You
But next year we'll talk about
yeah,
it.
and then like
He's
later
the
on,
devil.
and then they finished the entire series.
Harry
I watched.
Potter's for the devil.
I didn't get to watch any of them in the theaters, and then afterwards, my mom was like, "Yeah, it's kind of silly, right? Want to watch a movie about wizards?" So then, like, now I gotta rewatch them. Like,
Oh man! By the way, just because you guys reference Billy Madison right now, the bully with eating the jockstrap, it's a reference to O'Doyle.
O'Doyle rules?
O'Doyle rules.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, he's
little
got red
universe.
hair
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
the
It's
little universe.
O'Doyle rules.
but yeah, thanks for picking the film. I feel like more people should.
Yeah, it's an unconventional holiday film that
it
people
out.
should check out
They
for
dragged
sure.
it through the mud, but
We drag everything through the mud, Gus.
True.
It's our style.
that's true.
Now, sign us off in style, Lalo.
With that beautiful beanie.
All right. Keep watching films. Keep collecting home media. And let us know if you guys want us to cover another holiday film at some point. We're kind of a week away from that. But you never know. Let us know. Yeah, no, stay tuned for the Christmas Story, which will come out on Christmas Day, I think, actually, which is
Nice.
Monday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stay tuned for a Christmas Story.
Happy Christmas.
And we're going to launch into
Mary Chrysler.
January with documentary month. We're going to
Yeah.
cover nothing but documentaries for the month of
So
January.
if
So
you
it's going to be really cool.
thought this podcast was too exciting,
We're gonna bring it down a notch.
Promo, dude.
We're gonna bring it down a notch.
I'm gonna bring it down a notch. Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe. Please help us out with that. Spotify, YouTube, everywhere, we're everywhere. So just please help us subscribe. Get those subscriptions up so that you know and notified when we're gonna release an episode.
Numbers up, volumes down.
Oh yeah! Thank you for tuning in to the WatchTower Film Podcast. Good night.
And Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Nice.
There's more holidays
Yeah,
that you can
Do the
release.
dance. Do the dance.
Yeah, do something.
Bum biddy 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 bum.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Bum biddy biddy biddy.
Technical foul.
Oh, you know what I think it is?
What is?
I think the reason I can do my Whitey voice is because if you've ever heard me cheer anywhere, I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's the same exact voice.
It's like Justin.